Nintendo has always been heavily multiplayer focused, but the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct showed that they are leaning heavily into it now, and we've got a couple of features to talk about, as well as a couple of games, so let's dive in. The very first thing we got to look at was Mario Kart World, a brand new entry into the Mario Kart series, and this is probably the first time that I've actually been like, wow, I want to play that Mario Kart. This is an open world Mario Kart game. You can go around and explore, and you can also race on courses, and you can race through courses that all connect in the open world. It will support up to 24 players online, and also 4 players locally, just like your standard Mario Kart. I'm excited for this one. I'm not going to dive too deep into anything here, but the fact that you could just go explore this open world is crazy. But the big pain here is that the game is going to cost at least $80, and that is a tough price to swallow. But hey, if you want it cheaper, you could get the digital version in this bundle with the Nintendo Switch for $500 US, which is a saving of $30 overall. Speaking of the console though, we actually have a release date now. It will be releasing on June 5th, along with Mario Kart and a couple of other games and accessories. But first, let's talk about the console itself. This will be able to support 4K 60 FPS when docked and 1080p 120 FPS in handheld, which is a big upgrade from the previous generation. But hey, you clicked on this video to hear about the multiplayer stuff, so let's talk about the multiplayer features, guys. There are a couple of multiplayer affecting features with the new Switch. First off, there's 2 upgrades for you if you ever play in tabletop mode, which I know is uncommon, but they've made the screen bigger, so it might actually be more likely now. That's upgrade number 1. Upgrade number 2 is that they've actually upgraded the speakers. So if you're playing multiplayer with other people, tabletop mode, speakers are better, higher quality, louder. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's upgraded somehow. And also in that same vein of playing tabletop or even just multiplayer with the Switch, the Joy-Cons are bigger, so when you're holding them sideways, they might be a little bit more comfortable, but also they've made those top buttons bigger, so it'll actually be nicer to press those little SR buttons. But wait, the big thing, that C button, that button right there. Everybody went wild guessing what this button was gonna be, and it is for communication or game chat is basically what it opens up. You are now going to be able to talk with other people through your Nintendo Switch. No longer will you have to open up an app on your phone. You won't have to go to Discord. You can actually use the Nintendo Switch with a built-in microphone to talk to your friends and share your gameplay. They'll be able to share your screen and see what you're doing while you're talking with them while playing games. Another cool thing about this is that you don't actually have to be playing the same game. You could all just be playing solo and sharing your screens with one another and just chatting while you play. But if you want to get even more involved with it in conjunction, they'll be releasing this camera right here. Fancy, I know. You'll be able to plug this into the top of your Nintendo Switch so that you can share the body language that is all over your face when you're playing Mario Kart and they steal your star and you just Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's there, and it also has some other cool features that we'll get to in just a moment. Both the mic and the camera seem to have the ability to cut out your background. So if you're in a messy living room, you could just cut it out and just have just your floating head there like in Superman, you know? Or if you want to be talking while the blender is running in the background, because that's definitely something that's going to happen if you're a child, it also apparently can take that out. I'm excited to see how good that noise reduction actually is. Game chat is going to require an online membership. However, they're going to give it to us for free until March 2026, so you can experience it and decide if it's something that you are willing to pay for. We've still got a lot to go, including my favorite feature, but let me know what you're most excited about or what you're not excited about with the Nintendo Switch 2 in those comments. While you could be sharing your face with the camera to let those Mario Party players know that you want to strangle them, I think the more interesting feature is the way that it can be used in gameplay, and I'm excited to see the ways that they actually do this. For now, specifically, they showed off Mario Party Jamboree, which will be getting a Nintendo Switch 2 edition that adds some new features, some new minigames. It'll let you use the Joy-Cons as mice to do different minigames, but it will also let you use the camera to attach it to your character in game, so when Mario's running around here, you can actually see, oh, that's Jeff right there. But it also works in games where you can be jumping or whatever, which is showing on screen right now, whatever crazy thing they're doing, that's what you can do, I guess, yeah. There's still one huge feature coming to this Nintendo Switch 2 that we haven't talked about, but they also revealed a ton of multiplayer games in their showcase, so let's look at those. Drag X Drive is a multiplayer 3v3 game where you utilize the Joy-Con's mouse feature to roll around a wheelchair and shoot hoops into a basket. This one looks like it's going to support a lot of multiplayer games at once from this one little clip right here where you can see all of those guys on the edge. It also looks like it's going to be online only, which is a bummer for us, but if you're into this, go for it. Nintendo Switch Online expansion members are getting the GameCube, finally. It is here for everybody that's been waiting for it. We're getting Wind Waker, which is super cool, but the multiplayer games that we're getting are Soul Calibur 2, as well as Fast X, as well as F-Zero GX. I don't know where I got Fast X from there, but these games with the online membership will also feature online play now, so that's a bonus. Survival Kids actually caused this stream to break. As you can see here, the chat was going absolutely crazy, but this game looks really fun. You play as some kids, they're stuck on an island. It's a crafting game where you have to build something to help you escape the island. Looks like it supports 4 players. Again, looks like it's probably online only, but a feature we'll talk about later might help with that. I don't know. Enter the Gungeon 2 looks insanely cool. I really enjoyed the first one. This one looks very similar, but with an absolutely different art style that I cannot wait to mess around with. I hope that they include multiplayer because that is a super fun feature of Enter the Gungeon, and without it, I might not end up playing it, but it's here, and hopefully there's multiplayer. They just only showed 30 seconds of the game. Starseeker Astroneer Expeditions is a tough name to remember, but this looks like a space/world exploration game, probably for up to 4 players, maybe more. Again, looks like it's gonna be online only. According to Steam, it is listed as online co-op. So that's that for now. Split Fiction will be coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. If you have not played this amazing game yet, what are you doing with your life? But hey, if maybe you're just a Nintendo hardcore fan, and in that case, you'll get to play it on the Nintendo Switch 2. And you have to play this co-op game. It will change your life. Okay, maybe not change your life, but it is so fun. All right, let's go. Witchbrook is a Stardew Valley meets Hogwarts-esque game that also looks like it's online only. But hey, my wife's probably gonna play this one. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S brings with it competitive Tetris playing, but on top of that, you can also play together on the same world here. Yeah, that looks like fun. Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a new beat 'em up from the developers of TMNT Shredder's Revenge. It looks really good and fun, and it's coming to the Nintendo Switch 2, so that's exciting. Fast Fusion is a futuristic pod racing game for up to 4 players. Human Fall Flat 2 was shown here, as you can see. The game is listed on Steam right now as online only, but the first one did have local co-op, so maybe? Before we finish off our last few games, because there are a couple more, let's talk about that Switch feature I've been holding over your head the entire video. I know you're ready to hear about it. It's awesome. You may have noticed that I've been talking about some online games, which is pretty uncommon for our channel, but this feature might help some of you to enjoy those online games together. Game sharing will allow you to play multiplayer games on multiple systems with only 1 copy of the game. So you can play with up to 4 players all together and only have purchased 1 game and all be playing on your own consoles. And not only that, these don't have to be Nintendo Switch 2s. They could be Nintendo Switches or Nintendo Switch Lites or OLEDs. I'm not sure, one of them might have to be a Nintendo Switch 2. Maybe the person sharing the game. It wasn't that specific. But definitely some people that don't have it. So like, if you are currently a Switch owner and then you go buy a Switch 2, you'll be able to play multiplayer games together on those 2 systems with only 1 copy of the game. Unfortunately, the sad spot right here, this will only support supported titles, and I don't know what those are right now. Right now, the only one that they have announced is 51 Worldwide Classics, which is like card games and board games and stuff, which is fun, but I hope that this comes to more things than just Nintendo's own games. Hopefully we can get some of the third-party games to have this, like Witchbrook or Astroneer or some of those other online-only games that I mentioned. Hopefully those will also feature this game sharing ability, because it will be so much fun if it does. Now back to the games. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment did not show a single lick of co-op gameplay, but Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity did have split screen, so I'm crossing my fingers here that we'll be able to play this one together in split screen, because that would be fun. Also, I'm super excited for the story here. I didn't finish Tears of the Kingdom, but still, I'm interested.
There are legitimately so many multiplayer games that I forgot several while making this, so here are those. Street Fighter 6, Esports FC and Madden NFL, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3+4, Civ 7, WWE 2K and NBA 2K, and Reanimal, which may be the first horror game that I actually play, because this co-op game from the creators of Little Nightmares looks great. Let me know in the comments if there's other multiplayer games I didn't mention on this list.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land is getting a Nintendo Switch 2 edition, which, by the way, you can purchase and upgrade to if you already own the game. We don't have a price on it yet, so we'll have to see how much that is. But this Nintendo Switch 2 edition will be coming with a new story segment. And while they didn't, again, show any multiplayer gameplay, since the majority of Kirby and the Forgotten Land was multiplayer, kind of assuming this one will be, because it does feature a lot of the same gameplay as you're seeing behind me. So hopefully we get some multiplayer in this one. Kirby Air Riders is another multiplayer racing game where you're on some kind of hover vehicles that looks like it'll be a lot of fun. Probably support up to 4 players, maybe 24 like Mario Kart. They gave us very little information, but it's here on screen behind you, behind me, not behind you. Anyway, on top of all of this, the Nintendo Switch 2 will also be backwards compatible, so it's going to support all of your Nintendo Switch games. So click on this video right here to find 51 of the best couch co-op games that you can enjoy together on the couch. I love you guys. Y'all are awesome. I can't wait to see you over there. Bye-bye.